We're traveling in the North Country Fair.
I'm Kathryn Locey, professor of English and chair of the Humanities Department at Brenau University, just up the road in Gainesville, Georgia. I first entered Judith's orbit 20 years ago when I arrived at UGA from North Carolina to begin again. My youngest of 4 children had just graduated from high school and was off to college, so I seized the opportunity as a single, empty nest mother to quit my job, sell my house, and move to Athens to begin the PhD program in English and creative writing. I was almost Judith's age when she became my teacher, which no doubt smoothed the way for us to become friends. But there was an ineffability about it, too. We were alike, yet not alike. We both loved every possibility of language, though, of course, by 1996, Judith had already published 6 books and been nominated twice for the Pulitzer Prize. We were both proud of our brilliant daughters, who were just about the same age, and whose time at UGA briefly intersected when Tanya Cofer was earning her PhD in math, and my daughter Rachel a master's in Spanish. Over the years, when Judith and I would get together, often at the Waffle House on Millage, before a good day of yard sales, the first topic of conversation was inevitably, "How's Tanya doing?" and "What about Rachel?" Judith was a generous, closest friend, just as she was a generous teacher and mentor, and I know many of us have our own examples. Judith drove to Brenau a number of times to give readings to my students, to inspire them, and just to spend time with them. And I've heard back from a lot of them how meaningful that was to them. Judith was part of a generous family. Husband John, daughter Tanya, more than son-in-law Dory Rudifer, an extraordinary grandson Eli, the newest center of Judith's heart. I count myself blessed to have been welcomed into their family circle, to have been Judith's sister in spirit, to have spent many wonderful writing weekends in the natural beauty of their farm in Louisville, to have watched the sacrament of Judith's and John's and Tanya's and Dory's and Eli's love for one another unfold over the years through the best and worst of times. Judith loved giving as she loved beauty. My favorite color is blue, and we both laughed when she gave me this scarf for my birthday a few years ago. "I don't know where you'll wear this," she said, "but I saw it and thought, it's the most beautiful blue thing I've ever seen." Well, Judith, I'm wearing the bright scarf today in honor of you, with gratitude always. Among Judith's most beautiful words were her prose poem, The Aging Maria, which was published in Image and collected in the Best Spiritual Writing of 2010. It's one of her gifts to all of us. She stands in my mother's lawn, forbearing the elements, the yearly tropical depressions and occasional hurricanes, calm blue gaze cutting through time, just as she had in my grandmother's jardin, where she stared perpetually at the avocado tree. Santa Maria, sole witness to the mature fruit's mysterious plunging off the branches in the night, explosions on the zinc roof of my first bedroom, the abrupt starts of my awakenings on the island. The paint on her plaster face is now cracked, so she seems wiser, somehow marked by lines of pain and laughter. Her blue and white gown is worn through to the raw material of her making, as if she had been neglected by busy offspring in her waning years, living on a fixed income, no daughters checking in on her from time to time, no new robes or sandals on Mother's Day. Now in direct contact with the ground, her naked feet have yellowed. The cloud she once stood on is half buried in the fertilized soil where my mother grows her high-maintenance roses. The Queen of Heaven is aging on a Caribbean island, sustained only by the collective memory of her 1 year of living dangerously and the still popular assumption that glory clings to her presence. Her new smile may be the irony created by loss. The real revelation, she is beyond repair. Yet year after year, a tiny creche is placed before her in December, as if her arms could still hold a child, although it is plain to see that her fragile fingers are chipped at the tips and broken at the joints. In fact, all that is unsustained by cast or mold has begun to fall away. Still, year after year, she stands firm in my mother's garden. In crepuscular light, her still regal form acquires a certain luster, the yellow patina of age briefly turning to a luminous gold, as though she were lit, as she is, from within.